Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over an article that Hemp Inc. released a couple of days ago. We're going to go over a little bit of price action for Hemp Inc. and we're going to talk about what it may mean for price action if this passes. So before we do, just to reiterate, not a financial advisor. Make sure that you do your own research. And also, if you find value in the videos, if you appreciate our updates, make sure that you subscribe, smash the like button, share our videos, and hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can let you know when we release new content. So it says, bill to federally legalize cannabis heads to the House floor. Could the second time be a charm? All right, so it comes down to say that the bill was passed on, let's see, I believe on March 30th. Okay, and it says that one of the global leaders in and is in the forefront of industrial hemp industry, which is Hemp Inc., reports that the U.S. House of Representatives may soon possibly vote to federally legalize marijuana on Wednesday, March 30th at 1 p.m. The House will determine, if the MORE Act will be allowed to advance to the House floor. Once it's on the House floor, the MORE Act will be voted on, debated, and amended. If passed simply the majority, it will be moved to the Senate, which it is, to undergo the same process. So that's what we're waiting on now is when they have the Senate vote. It says, what's the importance, aside from the fact that it's ridiculously been a Schedule I controlled substance for 52 years now? Descheduling news of this magnitude has shown to peak cannabis stock market prices and trading volume. That in itself could be separate release, but let's break down to understand what has been lurking behind the scenes, causing a lot of volatility. It says the MORE Act, which is the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act, was approved by the House of Representatives in 2020, but the bill was not given a hearing or a vote in the Senate. According to the marijuana movement, when the MORE Act went to the floor in December 2020, it passed 228 to 164, with 5 Republicans joining their Democratic colleagues in advancing the reform. Unfortunately, the traction ended with it being stalled in a Republican-controlled Senate, but where it's misfortunate, fortunate exists. Earlier this month, Democratic congressional lawmakers convened for a policy retreat in Philadelphia that featured a panel of advancing marijuana reform with the focus of promoting equity, and it's centered to the need to ensure that those most impacted by prohibition can benefit from the federal legalization. Under the MORE Act, cannabis would be removed from its list of drugs regulated by the Controlled Substance Act. Criminal penalties for federal cannabis offenses would be eliminated, and past federal cannabis convictions would be expunged. The bill also establishes a tax on retail cannabis sales, with revenue raised by the tax invested in communities that were harmed under federal cannabis prohibition policies. This is a big push in the right direction to ultimately deschedule cannabis. The scheduled time around this might be the charm for the second time around. I'm sorry guys, I cannot read today. The second time around just might be the charm the industry has been anxiously waiting for 52 years. Simply put, pot stocks shall be conservatively say cannabis stocks move on big news. The bigger the news, the bigger the move in most cases. And because market growth for the cannabis sector hinges on federal legalization, news of the MORE Act led to a rally last week at the hint of possibility of the federal decriminalization of cannabis. Hemp Inc. stock increased 23% just in 3 days last week, and trading volume soared. The company's trade volume was 5 times its normal volume, to the tune of over 400 million shares. In fact, most of the companies in the cannabis sector saw an increase. This was a hint of possibility having cannabis removed from the Controlled Substance Act. Imagine when it's actually removed. Watch out for the bowl. Okay, so this is something huge to keep an eye on, guys, for sure. If you are bullish on these types of stocks. So we had a lot of volume. It was up, like it said, about 20, or it actually got up to about 30-something% at one point. We almost burned a zero off of our stock price. Okay, now we fell back down, just because it was kind of based off of hype and excitement. People started kind of buying more and piling in, and then all of a sudden it started falling back down again once all of that was done. But whenever this does happen, or whenever that may be, the pot stocks are going to definitely take a very, very strong move to the upside, and hemp is going to be right along with it. So if you haven't bought in yet, then it's still not too late. Like I said, I'm just slowly accumulating this stock, and I have been for the past couple of years. And last time it spiked up to about 4 cents last year is when I took profits and got back in with those profits, and then added a little bit more as well to increase my position. But I think this is one that's going to benefit greatly if this passes. Okay, and why do they want to pass it? Well, think about this. If they want to, they see the potential of, if I'm the government and I see the amount of revenue on the black market, I'm kind of like, why wouldn't I federally legalize this thing so we can collect taxes on this? They want to have a piece of the pie. They want to be sort of in control of it. So I think they're going to really continue to push for this. And if it happens, I think this is going to be a big thing for hemp as well. I think it's going to follow suit along with all these other stocks like Tilray and some of these other ones that you hear about on these publicly traded exchanges. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to provide you that update. Let me know your comments below. Other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.